Yeah. Well, messengers, I mean, that's the highest level of information. And, you know, I was talking with a guy who's going to come and visit, do a boot camp and scout for jobs or whatever. And then put together a guy on class. And so I'm giving him the breakdown yesterday of some of the more cornerstone trainings, the messengers. And right now, the cornerstone training for, which is like that's the, you know, like how we talk about Chosen. Chosen is this tech that it's now we're in Chosen 3, but Chosen 2 especially, but all the Chosens and just the idea of Chosen, that is such a cornerstone training for what AZD is teaching. Another cornerstone is the beast process, the external motions, and then all the teachings that make it trickle inward, so it becomes an internal process, but you're doing the external motions to learn that. AZD's codified his process for that and lectured on it in 1,000 different ways and perspectives so that you get it more. That, Chosen, and Messengers. And Messengers is resting as it, I don't know that it was designed this way ahead of time or that we knew about it, so it's now looking back years later, the cornerstone is Keys to the Matrix.
Yeah.
And Philosopher's Stone was also really good, and Sultan's Messengers was also really good, and which was didn't really have a theme to it, but it was like nonviolent communication or whatever. And then, you know, the original Tabiat, incredible, like, but it was more of a vibe transfer, that original Tabiat, versus they're all vibe transfers, but the Keys to the Matrix being the matrix of language and the mind, and how the mind's been trapped in language that's just, you're missing what's happening.
Yeah.
Then Keys to the Matrix, $5,000 training. If you get it now, it comes with a private moment, which is a $2,000 thing. You could do it in person if you come to Vegas, schedule it whenever you make it here, or online. One of the guys doing Messengers is in Denmark. He's going to do an online, our first online private moment. Set up the camera, set up the stage, and we're all going to watch like a private moment.
Yeah.
And that is, that can't be repeated. You know, it's a very watered down version in like Sacred Syntax. 555 event goes into it in some way in a seductive framework. So did the Zapar event that you did. Is like, but Keys to the Matrix is just a thorough, like the Beast package is the thorough breakdown of the coat of arms and everything. The Keys to the Matrix is a thorough breakdown of language in a way. It's not comprehensive of all of language, but it's like, it's a framework to understand the red pill, how AZD's teaching the red pill of life on this planet. And when you get that training and you understand it, it's like 12 to 14 hours of lectures with, you know, some notes and whatever, then you'll understand all of AZD's lectures much more. There's layers how AZD talks and a lot of double meanings and triple meanings, and he's lecturing knowing that, and so it's very precise. It's surgical in how he's talking, and you'll get some of it as you listen. I'm sure you're already perceiving some of it. You'll get it so much more when it's spelled out for you. Like if you come and watch his game in field, you'll get something, but if you've been to the advanced classes and you hear the breakdown of his game and what he's actually doing, then you'll get a lot more as you watch his stuff. So that's the lectures, like you've said, like AZD has said before, the communication is meant to make what's invisible visible. It makes visible what's invisible. That's why we communicate. The Keys to the Matrix makes visible what is definitely invisible unless you take the training.
Hella deep, dude. Hella deep. I remember during that time what I was going through.
Yeah. So, I mean, also, this is not just for the guys online. This is a recorded class, so everybody, you know, if you're interested in that level of training, just talk to me about it. Like, I told you what the price is. I told you everything, but there's, you know, just talk to me about it. If you have the interest here, like the guy that wants to move to Vegas, I had to tell him all that stuff because he's got to know that stuff. To succeed, you got to know the Chosen tech, or you're going to encounter it eventually. You got to have a beast process, or you're going to collapse under the pressures and the time constraints and everything and the hustle that it takes to really operate here in Vegas. And Keys to the Matrix, man, I mean, if you want to get, if you're going to change your life and come to Vegas and like try to get this while AZD's around, you're going to need Keys to the Matrix.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said, right? That's true.